Hello and welcome back for Season 3 of Tiksu to UniTartu. This season, we have a bunch of different folks from all different walks of life that are going to come and tell us their individual stories. In the past seasons, we talked a little bit about general info, the university, and different topics, and mainly focus on those. And in this season, we have a bunch of different people that are going to talk about their individual experiences, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration to come to Estonia as well from them. Today, we're talking to Helena Valvur, a student here at the University of Tartu and one of our amazing ambassadors. Helena, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello. My name is Helena Valvur. I'm an American-born Estonian studying ENGO, or Environmental Governance and Adaptation to Climate Change, at the University of Tartu, and also the Estonian University of Life Sciences. It is a joint program between both schools.
Awesome. And could you tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you ended up in Estonia?
Yeah. So I'm from the United States. I grew up in California, and then went to school and lived in Massachusetts for like 10 years. And I decided out of the blue one day that I wanted to go to grad school. And I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something sciencey. And I'm really passionate about climate change.
Mhm.
So I was just kind of like looking at different programs. I knew I did not want to go to school in the United States for financial reasons. And my sister was also looking to go to school or to start her master's. And she recommended looking at schools in Estonia because we're both dual citizens. And I was like, oh, that's a really great idea. And I found this program on the University of Tartu website, and it seemed like it was going to be a perfect fit for my interests.
Yeah. And how is it going so far? How do you like it?
It's going great. I really love it. I am learning a lot. It is definitely more of like a European-based program.
Yeah.
So if you're like looking to go back to the United States, you can definitely do that, but just know it's going to be, you're learning way more about European politics and policies than you will about the United States. So there's that. But that makes sense because we are in Europe.
Yeah,
So.
definitely. But I just wanted to kind of expand on that a little bit. You said you were a Estonian by heritage, a Estonian American, and I kind of wanted to ask you a little bit about your experience of, coming to Estonia, maybe a little bit more about the traditions, but like maybe what were your first impressions of Estonia when you first came here?
Yeah. Well, I had been to Estonia a couple times before. I did a trip in like 2021 that was like all paid for, and it was really nice. And it was like I got to meet a bunch of other foreign-born Estonians. So I kind of had like some idea of what to expect. But living here, like the transition was shockingly easy. Like I don't really feel like I've experienced that much culture shock.
Yeah.
Most of the culture shock has been like academic in nature.
Okay.
Like just the schools are run so differently here than they are in the United States that there's some things that I'm like, what is happening? But it's honestly pretty easy to adapt to. Like once you get the hang of it, it like feels pretty good.
No, I definitely feel the same way when I first moved here, that it's like not super different. Like there's nothing to be like, whoa, this is a crazy way of life. What are they doing?
Right.
Like compared to some other countries, maybe in Europe or Asia. So the transition is like a little bit easier. But in terms of maybe traditions or, maybe holidays, was there anything that you kind of did back in the States that you're like surprised to see here differently, or it's like maybe just kind of the same?
I was surprised that Halloween is kind of like, I was both surprised that it was a big thing here and also that it was not as big of a thing here. Like it was just celebrated in a different way, I guess. Yeah, it like is becoming a bigger thing, but it also was kind of just like, oh, Halloween themed party, but like, and like that's kind of it. So that was kind of, I don't know, that's the one thing that sticks out to me. I did do Christmas here. My family came and visited me, which was really nice. But like, I've been doing Estonian Christmases since I was born because we went to my grandparents' house every Christmas Eve. So it was just like normal. It felt like a normal Christmas, just in a different location. And I hosted for the first time, which was nice. But it was fun to like see all of the Estonian food already made, and I was just like, oh, I just have to reheat this. This is great.
Oh, okay.
Instead of making it all from scratch.
Yeah. So your grandparents used to like do the whole Estonian spread.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would do 2 Christmases. We'd have our Estonian Christmas on Christmas Eve, as is traditional, where we would have the whole like hapukapsas and verivurst and like all of the Estonian foods, which is sauerkraut and blood sausage, by the way. And like different like tinned fish and leib, which is the Estonian rye bread.
Yeah.
So that would be Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day would be like the American Christmas with ham and whatnot.
Okay.
Whatever you think of as an American Christmas, that's what happened.
So when you were growing up, did your grandparents kind of like talk a lot about Estonia to you or tell you a lot about your heritage? I kind of just want to understand maybe like how you felt about being Estonian growing up, and then like what it kind of means to you to be here now.
Yeah, that's a really interesting question, because that's something I've been thinking about a lot too. Being Estonian was always just kind of something that was, and my grandparents never really talked about being Estonian and the way that like, oh, this is your culture and you really need to live within it and grow within it. It was more just like, yes, we're Estonian, and here are some things that we are doing that we're going to like teach to you because you are our grandchild and we love you, and this is something that we did growing up and we want to pass that on.
No, I think that's also very interesting, just because like I feel like that's the same with a lot of Americans with different kinds of heritages or nationalities. It's like you're still very American in a lot of ways, but there's like little traditions that come back and you're not really sure where they came from, but you still do them anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I can't really think of an example of one, but that's totally correct.
Yeah.
It's like it's not really, I don't know. It just like is something I like grew up with it, so I didn't really think about it. And now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess that was pretty Estonian of us.
Yeah, you see the Estonian flag and you feel a little bit of something.
Yeah, for sure. That honestly, that was kind of a big thing that happened. Like when I first moved here, I was like, oh, there's Estonian flags everywhere. Yeah. And then like for the first, honestly, 6 months, if not, it sometimes still happens, I'll like hear people speaking Estonian and I'm like, why are you, oh, right, I'm in Estonia.
Yeah.
Like, why are you speaking Estonian? Because we're there. So
I also want to ask you, like, how are your Estonian skills? How is that going for you? Bad.
It's bad. They're coming along really, really well. Especially in the last week, something has like unlocked in my brain.
Nice.
But my Estonian is so bad. I have, taking classes has been very, very helpful. I did not really speak any Estonian before coming here. It didn't happen. I did not get taught. I like knew how to count to 10 and I knew the colors. Hey, and that was the extent of my Estonian skills.
Hey, that's way more than most people can say before they come here. Yeah. And I've actually been learning a lot more just from hosting the podcast, because like I have a bunch of Estonian teachers that come on and people give like great recommendations. So my Estonian's improved probably since you go back to season 1 to now. My Estonian's like way up here.
A little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better. But as a person that's living here, studying here, I wanted to ask you, like, how do you feel like not being a speaker of Estonian, but still, getting by every day, doing your degree? How was that experience for you?
It's honestly not as difficult as I thought it would be. Most people do speak English. There have been a couple times where, someone maybe doesn't speak English and I don't really speak Estonian, but we speak enough of both languages that we can like get through it. The weirdest thing has been, so I have a very Estonian name, if you couldn't tell, if you weren't aware. Valvur, very Estonian word. So everyone looks at my name and kind of just assumes I can speak Estonian. So I'll be like, hi, and they'll just go off in Estonian, and I'm like, actually. Kas te räägite inglise keelt, palu? I don't. And they're like, but you have such an Estonian name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I feel that way too, but unfortunately.
Yeah, I kind of have the opposite situation with my wife. She took my last name and now she got rid of her Estonian last name. And when she goes to the doctor or whatever, they go and come out and call her name. They're like, Marilyn Arata. Oh, okay. Maybe we need to switch to English. Yeah.
Definitely the people are like, so you don't speak Estonian? It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since you've been in Estonia, do you have any like big changes in your life? Maybe Estonian habits you've taken on, or something you would say is just very Estonian that you do?
Um, Not talking to people in the street.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of something I did
Mhm.
anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it has not, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. The biggest thing is like
That's
not
okay.
really talking to
That's
people
all
in
right.
the street. Like I don't know that there's any Estonian habits that that's not true. Collecting
Collecting.
bottles
Yeah.
to get that pont back.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You bring the bottle and you get the 10-cent piece back. And
Yeah.
I go on for that.
I will collect bottles for like 3 months. I just don't really drink that much soda or like beers or beverages or whatnot. And I have like my American Nalgene bottle that I use every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't get bottles a ton of time. So it'll be like 3 months and then I'll have like $2 in pont.
Yeah.
So
So living in Tartu, maybe what's something that you really appreciate about the city? And
I love being able to walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Previous to this, I was living in Boston, technically Cambridge, but the Boston area. And being able to walk there was like one of my favorite things about the city. So being able to come here and be able to just keep up that lifestyle where I do not need a car and I only take the bus if the weather is truly atrocious and I'm running late. It is, yeah, I love that Tartu is so walkable. It's my favorite thing.
No.
Yeah.
I would say that that's a big thing for me too. I mean, I've probably touched on this before on the podcast because I talk about it a lot. I repeat myself a lot. But I do really appreciate like not having to have a car or take a car to
It's
where.
so nice.
I mean, like if you were in California without a car, you're stranded.
You can't.
You can't.
You cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I love how walkable it is. Especially in the winter, it was really good because I get SADS pretty bad. So not having a car and like being forced to be outside for like 30 minutes every day to get to my classes was very useful for making the seasonal depression not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. I mean, the winters are long. They're pretty intense here, but they have a charm to them.
Yeah.
I think, though. So.
I think this winter was also a pretty good one with the snow sticking around for a long time.
Yeah.
Very cold, but very pretty.
For reference, it's about mid-May right now, and we just had snow like 2 weeks here in Estonia 2 weeks ago.
It did snow 2 weeks ago.
So,
that was fun.
Yeah, fun, exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. So I also kind of wanted to push a little bit and ask you maybe what's next in the future.
Don't ask me that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing for dinner today.
That's valid.
Yeah, I truly don't have plans for the future. I've tried planning ahead, like giving myself a 5-year plan, like several times before, and every single time something happens, like COVID, perhaps, and it just like destroys my plans. So I'm like, all right, no plans. We're just we're doing this day by day. Yeah.
No.
I would like to stay, but also like the world is falling apart. So who knows what's happening? I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there.
I mean, we do have our little, Tartu microcosm, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's great to be here and kind of not have to think about a lot of other things.
Exactly. So. I'm very happy to be here and I want to live in this moment as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing, maybe since we have a lot of foreign students, people that have never been in Estonia, and they're looking to come to the University of Tartu, what's one thing you could recommend to somebody who's never been to Estonia? They want to come to the University of Tartu. What's something that you would do if you can go back in time and tell them, how to prepare?
Don't forget to bring summer clothes. It does, in fact, get warm here. And I'm finding myself, now that we're getting into like the really nice weather, struggling to find outfits because I was like, oh, it's Estonia. I'm going for school. It's going to be winter time.
Yeah.
Which is great. I'm very glad that I brought all of my winter clothes. But also now that I'm here, I'm like, ooh, it's warm.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, you really get the whole spectrum of weather here. So like prepare for that. Like be prepared. It does give you a little bit of like whiplash because like we said 2 weeks ago it snowed and then like I think later that week it was like 20 degrees Celsius. So
Yeah.
you'll get everything. It's great.
I mean, the Estonians are kind of wild. I walk to work and I see there's this one guy, no matter what the temperature is, he's always wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And
Yeah.
maybe it's the same guy that,
I
that
also
we're seeing.
see the opposite where it's like, I don't know, like maybe 16 degrees Celsius and people are like bundled up, like massive sweater, like wool hat, puffy coat. I'm like, how are you not sweating?
Yeah. No, I agree.
But yeah. I think that's my biggest recommendation.
Mm.
That and don't be afraid to talk to people.
Mhm.
Estonians do have a reputation. Estonians have a reputation for being cold and like not very talkative. But if you just reach out first.
Yeah, you just got to
Yeah.
make a little bit of effort. I think a lot of people have that kind of, it is a stereotype that they're very cold and people are like, I can't make friends here. But if you make that first step and then they're like, oh, you're very interested.
Yeah. Also, don't be afraid to like go to events alone. People will talk to you.
Mhm.
Like especially like Erasmus events where you're with all the other like international students.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I need to work on myself. Like when I do go, I always have fun, but I'm always like, oh, I don't know. I'm not going to know anybody there. But every time I go, it's fun. So,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
In terms of maybe like study tips for if somebody came here, I know you mentioned it's very different from the U.S. Let's say
Yeah.
like there was somebody coming from Middle America in nowhere. How would you? Do you have any advice for somebody like that coming to the University of Tartu?
What would my advice be? My advice would be carve out study time for yourself because there is a lot of self-directed learning. Also, I got very used to like Socratic seminars.
Mhm.
That's not really a thing here. It's like seminars are more like I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like the most common seminar style I've had is like role playing where they're like, all right, here's a little brief.
Mhm.
You are going to take this side and then we're going to like all come together and like you're going to role play as like a business or an NGO and you're going to try to like argue your side.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was shocking. I was like, this isn't a seminar. What is happening? I miss my seminars. I want to be able to talk. And
Yeah.
it's just like not quite the same. So
Okay. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
interesting. I haven't heard of it. I mean, we did different degrees.
different degrees,
so
right? I
definitely
do think
different
it also
walks.
depends on the degree, but for me, that's been my experience. And it's not bad by any means. It's just different. So adjusting has been kind of weird.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Helena, you mentioned that you were an American-born Estonian. Can you tell me a little bit more about your heritage and maybe what side of the family that comes from?
Yeah, for sure. It is all on my dad's side. I am only technically half Estonian. My grandparents were both born in Estonia and came to the United States during the war, like 30s, when the Great Emigration happened.
Mhm.
And then they had my dad and his brothers, and then my dad had me. And so that's how I'm Estonian. And I grew up going to my grandparents' house all of the time. They lived like a town over.
Yeah.
So they've just like been very present in my life, my whole life. And I've always like felt Estonian
Mhm.
because it's always just been there. But
Yeah.
also American. And it's it's fun. It's fun being two things at once.
Yeah, definitely. I guess what I want to ask you, like, when you talk to your grandparents now or you interact with them, do you ever like be like, wow, I saw this the other day. This is something only that happens in Estonia.
So I don't because they're dead. But
Yeah.
but I do think about them a lot.
Mhm.
And I think of all of the things that like I want to ask them so many questions about like, oh, like, was this a thing that you did? Like, would you like go to this place or like how much time did you spend in
Yeah.
like different parts of the city?
Mhm.
So yeah, I think about them a lot. And I'm very sad that I can't talk to them anymore. But everyone who knew them was like, oh, they would be so proud of you. They'd be so happy that you went back and
Yeah.
like
No,
yeah.
of course. I'm
So-
sure you're connecting with their experience just by being
yeah,
here.
it really does make me feel a lot closer to them, which is really great because I've been missing them But even before I came, I was
Yeah,
missing them a
definitely.
lot, just because they're my grandparents and I love
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And yeah, but they passed like over a decade ago,
Yeah,
so
okay,
it's like,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's still a little bit raw.
yeah. No. They've been
Mhm.
out of the out of the
They've been out of
picture.
the picture.
They've been out of the picture for a while, but
No,
yeah,
I understand. I
yeah.
understand.
So yeah,
Okay. Well, Helena, as we're winding down here, I have one more question for you. And,
shoot.
usually we ask, something you'd recommend in just like Estonia, an Estonian movie, Estonia food, Estonian music. What's something Estonian that somebody could look up right now and maybe try out for themselves at home or make a good imitation, maybe?
Rosolia, which is a beet potato salad, and it is my favorite Estonian food. Um, Maybe only slightly behind Labe because who doesn't love bread?
Yeah.
But beet potato salad, it's super easy. If you don't like pork or fish, don't include them. Most recipes online will have them, but my family never put them in, which I know is a contentious thing, but my family never did it and it's delicious. So, yeah, I would recommend that. It's my favorite thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Helena. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And this
fun.
has been Tiksu to UniTartu.